Yo, it's the Elohim, the mellow mystic, Lord Emmanuel, chief of simonicanation, spike of star seed, the wheat in the virgin's hand. And if you don't know, now you know. Check this out though. I'm want to make sure the audio coming in a little clearer. So I'm gonna just be on the mic and shit like this. But as someone who has been harassed by the courts and someone who's been sent multiple letters and notices and summons and warrants. You know what I'm saying? As someone who has, in response to them, requested proof of jurisdiction and they left me alone. Now, you know how they give you 10 days or whatever to respond to their uh summons or to their notice. Most people just either gonna show up or don't say nothing in response, which is tacit acquiescence. But I literally, for the one, I took down to county, the county clerk, handed it to him personally. The dude asked me, "What is this?" I said, "It's a request for uh, proof of jurisdiction and probable cause." And he said, he looked at me and he said, "What's this again?" I said, "It's a request for proof of jurisdiction and probable cause." Okay, okay. And he took it over to the lady, made a copy and shit, stamped it, and I gave them 10 days to respond. And what happened? I ain't heard from them since. If you got proof, you got to prove to me that you have jurisdiction over the living man. I'll come with the I'll come with the actual letter and put it on. I have to like scan it, turn it into a PDF or something like that. But I'll post that up and show exactly what I was asking for. You had to show me proof of jurisdiction and probable cause. You had to show me that you had proof of jurisdiction over the living man and not the illegal fiction, because that's what they looking for, is the legal fiction. They looking for you. You know, they see a lot of people really don't even uh they don't know the system that they're in. So they don't think it's important to know their status. They don't know the system they're in. So if you don't know the system you're in, and they don't care. And that's what they banking on. They banking on you not knowing what's going on and not caring. They literally banking on you. Your ignorance and your silence. Your tacit acquiescence. They had to prove they had that I've done a crime to another living man or woman. They can't do that. Then on top of that, you got to prove that this is an Article 3 court. Because any court that a living man or woman gonna show up to better be an Article 3 court, or we ain't got no business being there. We ain't got no business being there. What the hell I'm gonna show up to your court for? And this is the private administrative process. When you're in the private, you don't even got to show up. You can handle everything privately through certified mail and return receipt. You know, conditional acceptance. I'll accept these accusations and shit that you bringing if you could prove that. If you could prove this, and this, then we can move on. We can move forward. They only can interact with other corporations, legal fictions, and most people agree to be in the legal fiction, and they don't even realize how spiritual that is. How spiritually binding that is. Let alone the religions that have them spiritually bound. Let alone the educational system that has them spiritually bound. Let alone the entertainment system that has them spiritually bound. And the economic system that has them spiritually bound. But we come down here for this specific time to help wake people up. You know what I mean? I come down here to vibrate on the frequency that I agreed to vibrate on and emit that frequency. If it resonates, if it don't, either way, I did what I came down here to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about uh spiritual sovereignty and spiritual bondage. You want to talk about spiritual sovereignty and you still fucking around in that beast system. At this time, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Try to keep your vibrations Try to keep your vibrations as high as possible. Because, man, if you ain't working on creating some new shit right now, you gonna end up going along with whatever the fuck they got coming next. You gonna have to. Cause if the only reason you sticking around in that motherfucking dead ass beast system is because you want to be able to pay bills and shit, and want to be able to go to the store and shit and all this motherfucking shit, you best believe they gonna roll out on you. They gonna roll out all the stops. You going along with demonic, satanic shit. You participating in demonic, satanic shit, and you don't even have to. You could remove your consent from that motherfucking shit, but you won't. Why? I don't know. Hey, you can hold on to that shit if you want to, man. But this the Elohim, the mellow mystic, Lord Emmanuel. Look into look into uh conditional acceptance. Look into requests for a proof of jurisdiction. I'll post mine up. You know what I'm saying? And some other stuff too. But you know, I'll mention things. This type of shit is years worth of studying, man. And if people really be like expecting to understand this shit, just break it down to me. I don't get it. Break it down to me in 5 minutes, 30 minutes, so I can, and then I'll be able to make an action. No, you do the due diligence. Like, if you care enough, you know what I'm saying? Because most people, like I said, most people don't know what system they're in. They don't know, and they don't care. I don't want to be in that number. When the saints go marching to the slaughter. But it's the Elohim, the mellow mystic, Lord Emmanuel, chief of simonicanation, spike a star seed, the wheat in the virgin's hand. Visit simonicanation.org for resources, or if you would like to donate. And if you don't know, now you know.